Yeah, so mentorship is very, very important because you're definitely, there's always, number one, there's always somebody who's better than you. So when you have a mentor, make sure you pick somebody who's at least above you, that they've gone ahead of you. They know the do's and don'ts. And that's what mentors are there for, to keep you in check, to help you on the path that you're on, advise you on how to do things and how not to do things. And also, it's one thing to have a mentor, it's another thing to take on the advice that they give you and then applying it to your life. Because sometimes we say we have mentors, mentors are just, we never even um, consider anything that they're saying. So if you're going to be a mentee, you must have like a spirit of humility, and
Oh,
as also be open to learn and be open to adjust, you know. So yeah, that's what I would say about mentors.
okay. So now you are actually from just being picked by
I
your
was picked.
pastors. Yeah, you were picked. So literally say you're gonna be sitting in front from the bank bench, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're in the church singing.
Yeah.
Um, Totally a different territory from playing basketball, trying to be a nurse.
Yeah.
Um, I want to ask you this question though, because I feel like one of our greatest battle in life is trying to discover our purpose or the things we are created for.
Yeah.
So you find that somebody will try to be a nurse, a doctor, um, a career person, a
Hmm.
policeman, a fireman, and you find that sometimes we normally do it for the paycheck, but
Hmm.
we don't enjoy it. And I feel like that's the reason why most people are frustrated.
Yeah.
So people go about to discover their purpose in life. How is that process like?
So I don't know if you've heard this. A lot of people say, I don't know, I like to do this. And every time I do this thing, I feel comfortable. I do it at ease. I can. So if you're going to discover your purpose and actually walk in your purpose, honestly, you're going to have to overcome the fear of, is this thing going to work? Is this thing what I'm meant to do? But you yourself, you know deep down your heart, the things that come easy to you, the things that you enjoy to do, the things that even if nobody is looking while you're doing it, you do it with your whole heart. Like you put in your whole entire self. So I feel like if you kind of, those kind of things pinpoint us to what our purpose is actually in life. But the problem is that we ignore those little promptings or those passions that are hidden in us, and we, people know them, people know them, they feel them, they sense them, but they just don't have the courage or the confidence to act on them. Some people do, but not everybody else does. Because, and I think one of the issues is the people that are around them, you know, because they're scared. Okay, if I do this, nobody believes in me. Nobody thinks as though I'm capable of doing this. But it's a matter of taking a risk, honestly.
You gotta take a
You
risk.
gotta take a risk, one way or the other. Like Steve Harvey always says, like if you take a jump, just know that something will catch you. You're not gonna crash at the end. Yeah.
So, Songi, when people see your music videos or
Yeah.
they play your CD or your music, they'll just look at what you have accomplished and achieved. They'll never know the story behind your success and your achievement. But again, on this podcast, we're going to bring it. Tell me some of the things that you experienced that almost made you give up on pursuing your dream of being a songwriter and a musician.
Um, Number one is I always struggle finding the right people to work with. And then there's always this thing of self doubt that comes. Am I good enough? Sometimes when I hear other people sing and I'm like, they can blow. Like they're singing better than me. So then I hide in my shell and I'm like, I don't think I can sing like them. I don't think I can do what they're doing. And again, that's the blessing of having mentors, because I have people I have mentors around me that I can actually open up to on that level and tell them, this is what I'm feeling. I did that just a couple of days ago. I was feeling some type of way, and I texted my mentor. I sent her like crying emojis nonstop, like, and she's like, "What's going on? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I say, "This is how I'm feeling. I don't think," and I just poured my heart out to her, and I said, "I don't think I'm good enough for music. I don't think I can sing like the way these people are singing. I don't know. I don't know." And I just told her the truth, and she responded back to me. She said, "You have a sound that has been given to you just for you.
Wow,
It's
that's deep.
uniquely made just for you." And she was like, "If God didn't want you to sing, He would not have given you the voice that you have." So you have to understand that all of us have different giftings, but you have to make sure, like, you channel your gifting the right way and ask God to show you your target audience, because all of us, we have been sent to a certain kind of people. So I go through these moments honestly, but it's a matter of pushing past, pushing past the doubt, pushing past the fear. I can't tell you that once you start, everything is going to be okay. You're not going to face rejection. You're not going to encounter doubt. You're not going to, it will be there, but it's a matter of just being confident in the gifting that God has given you and pushing through and knowing that, hey, I think that's where the title of my song comes in.
Yeah.
Like he who began something will complete what he has started.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. That's
That's
why I wrote that song. Like, you will complete what you started. I don't know where this gift is taking me, but hey, I'll keep pushing and I'll keep going. I'm not giving up regardless. So yeah, that's what I can say. It's not an easy road. It's like you need to have stubborn faith too.
oh, great sister.
Stubborn faith is needed, because people will like tear you down.
Hmm.
No, you're not good enough. No, you don't sound this way. Or, do you think you make it? The same music, like, what good does it bring, or what? But you also need to have stubborn faith. Even if nobody believes in you, you have to believe in yourself. One or the other, you have to believe in yourself. Like, you have to go deep inside yourself and grab that self belief and run with it. hmm
That's some deep stuff.
Well,
But
you gotta do what you gotta do, honestly.
the reason why I like to bring these stories of people like you on the show is there's a lot of people out there who have been put down
Oh
and
yeah.
told you're not good enough, you cannot mount to anything. So when they hear the story that you also faced some self doubt and
Actually, it
opposition,
never stops.
and it never stops
No.
because there's always that one level you're
Yeah.
trying to get to, and I think people who oppose you more or hate on your talent are the ones who suffer from deep insecurities. I think
Yeah.
they're feeling like you shouldn't be where you are, so they're gonna have to try to put you down.
Listen, I go through that a lot.
So
So
actually, this will bring me to this other question. You made a clip or video on Facebook that you really articulated these deep thoughts about not living on people's expectations.
yes.
Can you just tell us a little bit more about that?
So one thing I have noticed, right, is that there's always pressure from our surroundings. It could be family, it could be friends, just our close environment or circles that we're in, of people's expectations, because you are a certain age. They expect you, by now you should be married, by now you should have at least 4 children, by now you should have a house, by now you should be driving a certain kind of car, by now you should be making a certain amount,
Mercedes,
a certain amount of money.
BMW.
And yeah, or Mercedes. It's like, if you're not driving a Mercedes, okay, I'm friends with drive Mercedes, but guys, I'm not bashing you. But all those things, you find that, to me, if you must get to it. My mentor always tells me this: you must get to a place where you know yourself, you know who you are, finding your true identity in society and walk in that path. and walk in that path, because if not, you're going to be easily distracted. Because when somebody say, why are you wearing black? Red looks good on you. But if you don't really know who you are and you don't know what looks good on you, you're easily gonna be like, okay, let me go buy red. And then somebody else comes, no, I don't think I like red, go get blue. But if you know who you are and you know what works for you, you know your weaknesses, get to a place where you know your weaknesses and where you know your strength.
Oh, that's deep.
Mm-hmm. It's because if somebody comes to you and they're trying to tell you to do this, you know, like, okay, this is my strength, this is my weak area. I'm not even going to try to go in my weak stuff yet, because I'm still trying to master myself. So there's so much pressure on what we should become, and people want us to be this and people want us to be that. But let me tell you, you can only be, I want to say, who God created you to be. Live your best life based on what you have right now. Make the best of what you have right now. I tell people, I said, I drive my car is a Toyota Camry, and I bought it from the auction. And honestly, I love it. You know why? Because I paid for it cash. I don't have car notes. No, I don't. I hate it. So I feel good about that. And to some people be like, oh, go upgrade your car, buy something this. No, ma'am. Because I know myself, I'm not trying to get myself in too much debt and then paying this and paying that. No. So you need to be confident with where you are in life and make the best out of it. I tell people, I said, even if you have eggs and noodles in your house, I've had those moments where
noodles.
Wait now, but I know you
I
do,
don't
but
like noodles.
I've had moments where dinner is gonna be noodles and eggs. And do you know what I did? I made those eggs and noodles nice, and I put them on a plate, and I put it on a tray, and I put a glass of juice, and I made myself a high-class meal, but it was just noodles and eggs. But that's what I had. That's what I had in that moment, and I made the best out of it. And that's what everybody should learn to do. Look at what you have and make the best out of it. I tell myself, like, Songi, there's no need to go buy clothes. You already have clothes in your closet. Just make use of what you have.
Wow, that's really deep. So, do you think so often we get distracted because we want to live by the standards of people, the standards of the society, Hollywood, politicians, and the world, and we forget to live for ourselves?
Yes, we did.
Wow, that's such a
I mean, because if you look at the celebrities, they've got money, but a bunch of them are killing themselves.
Oh, what does that mean? Killing themselves.
A bunch of them are not happy. If you watch reality shows, these are celebrities that we think have all the money in the world, but you can see that there's like they're still not happy with their lives. So, and the thing is, like, let's say if I buy a house today, I buy everything that people are saying I should have by now. And if I achieve all those things, then what? There'll still be something else, for someone will come to you and be like, oh, you need this.
Okay, get you. So don't measure your worth or value by the material things that you possess.
Yeah, and also by what people are telling you to do. Just move at your own pace. Don't be pressured to move at other people's pace.
Ooh, that is some deep stuff. That's a reality check.
Decode that.
That's a reality check.
Move at your own pace, not at other people's expected pace.
So, how does social media impact expectations?
Well, honestly, not everything that people put on social media is legit.
Preach, Songi.
Honestly, I got out of that mindset a long time ago. You know, and pose in front of a car that's not theirs, and you're like, oh, she got a car, she got this. Especially brand influencers, all they're doing is just advertising maybe the clothes that they have on. They probably have to pay for those things. They probably have to maybe send them back. I don't know what they do with the stuff that they get, but honestly, we should stop being pressured with what we see on Facebook. And I always tell people, I say what I post on, because, and this is the other thing. relationship goes or love goes.
Mm.
People just post things so that they can be seen. Oh, I'm here and I'm doing this, and yes, I have this and I have that. But also, there's pressure to maintain what you put out.
Oh,
Hmm.
what? You gotta maintain the face?
Yeah, you do.
How?
You have to, because if you post that you went to the dealership and you bought a Mercedes Benz, you bought it cash, or you better come back with a Rolls Royce, because people are waiting for that. You've just shown us that you have so much money to buy what you bought, so we will be expecting you to do more or to outdo what you just put out. I mean, yeah.
So, hey guys, did you hear that? She's spitting some dope, deep stuff. So, there's no anything important in posing and appearing to be successful for a person you're not. Embrace who you are, set your eyes on your own journey,
Yes.
chase your own dreams, work on your talent, and until you get there. Lillian today is saying you can
I
do a
mean,
press
okay,
report.
this is the thing I say, right? There's, I think we also need to check the motive behind why people do what they do.
So, yep.
Because some people are genuinely successful
Mhm.
and they're posting stuff. It's not that they're trying to show off, they're just maybe trying to motivate
Inspire.
or inspire other people. But that's why the motive behind what you do is very, very important. And if everybody was to allow you to check the motives behind their actions, you would be shocked. Some people just want to show off because maybe they grew up being looked down on.
Ooh.
So this is their moment to prove a point and be like, I'm doing this.
Wow.
My sister's calling me. I don't know if she saw me live on Facebook.
Chelsea, see that we're gonna call her back.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about motive.
Uh, I think I would say the motive that's hidden or that is behind why people do what they do is super important. Even just success. If your motive is just to make money, or like if you want to start a business and then you just want to make money, honestly, if you don't have endurance, if you don't have faith, if there isn't persistence and all that stuff, it could be easy for you to just give up easily. So I would say that your motive must be in good shape. Are you ready to, well, whatever it is, do you want to impact lives or something that is beneficial to somebody outside of yourself?
Wow. Yeah, so deep. Kalowa Bright just said, I made some observations that some people want to show off social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, so artificial. Sadly, that's the reality.
That's the reality.
So let me ask you this question: how do you define success?
Honestly, for me, I think everybody has their own personal definition, and experience sometimes is a great teacher, and there's a way experience would teach us how to do things and how to actually change our mindsets too. But my definition of success is, it's not so much on materialistic gains, but the impact that I make, what I pour into people. I think once that's achieved, I like, even like my super close friends. I'm that person, like, they tell me I want to start a business. Listen, I'll be on Google trying to find ideas for them. Oh, you can do this and you can do that. Like, let's try to do it, like strategizing for them. Like it's mine, you know. So for me, that's how I measure my success, is how much, like, helping people come up, like how much I pour into people. Because there's always something that I know that the other person doesn't know. And I'll be selfish if I just keep stuff to myself and not share it with others. So I want to do more of that, and that's where I base my success.
Okay, so that's how you define success.
Yeah,
What about
the impact that I make.
the impact
Yeah.
you make? So it's on a personal level. Success cannot be a universal definition. It depends on how you live life and pursue life. Well, that's some deep stuff. Okay, so you're also an entrepreneur. You also write songs. Um, I don't, hey Lillian, I don't know why your volume is tripping. Can you like try maybe
Can't
to,
hear anything.
can you try to turn off your phone and restart it maybe? S- so, Songi,
Yeah.
you, if success is subjective, but how do you measure success? Is
Oh,
there levels?
oh my God. Honestly, I would say like yeah, there's levels, but I think I would say that the big that we always look for is hidden in the small that we have. So if we can only be good at the small that we have, the small will always lead us and point us to the big stuff that, oh, she said it's back. The small that we have will always lead us to the big that we are looking for. So I think it's just a matter of how far are you willing to go with it.
Mhm.
You know, it can be measured on different levels, but it's based on me. How far am I willing to push myself? How far am I willing to go with my passions and my dreams? And that probably will determine the magnitude of what I bring back. Um, so that's what I would say.
Some good stuff. So again, that can also be subjective because it is an individual path. Let's go to next question.
Yeah.
Um,
Have I read other questions? Like, let's
so
go.
you have already done two albums, and this year
Yes,
you released
a song.
a song, and it's been doing so good. Uh, how is the process like of putting up an album? Uh, how does it go? Is it a lot of work or it's easy? How does that go?
So I'm a person who is so ah, I'm so particular and I pay attention to detail. And I'm very, very strategic when it comes to creating concepts of how I want something to look on the outside, what I'm trying to project. So, what you don't know about what you started, the video that I just put out, that was my second video of it that I was shooting.
Okay.
The first one, I didn't like it.
You didn't like
Mm.
it? Why?
And I was like, it doesn't represent my brand well. So I had to redo the video.
The brand. Tell me.
I had to redo the video. So everything you see of that video, the where we shot it, even just the outfits that we wore, everything was just strategic because a brand is something that represents who I. Oh, I don't. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So branding is very, very important to me because it represents who I am, and excellence is of
She's
essence.
asking where she can find your music.
So it's on YouTube. Just type in, just type in Songi what you started. I'm kind of wearing that shirt. Yes. So branding is very important to me. I'm just not the person who like, yeah, let's get up, let's go shoot a video. And no, I looked at how the song was flowing and then being creative with the video because the concept I put that down. I wrote it down. Like I'm telling the guys like this is how I want it to be shot. These are the clothes we're gonna wear.
You already had a
I did
vision.
it.
You wanted everything to come out.
Yeah, these are the clothes we're gonna wear. This is where we're gonna shoot. And the studio, I picked it out. There's a reason why I wanted it to be plain white, and we are wearing white and black because black will pop out. you know, all that stuff. Even the process of writing a song, it takes a while because I'm trying to make sure that every bits and whatever is just in good shape. I wrote that song like what, maybe 2 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had it in my archives for a long time because let me tell you, I take time to plan. I take time to plan. When I start to plan for something, I am very intentional in taking my time because I always make sure that things are done right. I would rather do something right than do it fast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You say the word intentional.
Mhm.
Most people are not intentional. They live life by what it brings.
Yeah.
being intentional, it's preparing for what you need to do, what you're trying to achieve, and that helps us stay organized and directed to whatever we are working on.
Yeah.
So, what is next when it comes to your music career?
So honestly, I want to do an album, but I'm still planning.
You're still planning?
I'm still planning. I can't tell you when.
Hey, how come you never
when
invited me to dance in your album?
I think you do a great job. You gotta be good.
Hey, can I be on one of our videos? Maybe I can
Yes,
dance.
you can. Maybe in your office when you're talking to clients. I can always find something for you to do. Honestly, that's me. But yeah, I'm working on music right now. So I'm recording some songs. I'm in the process of recording some songs. I want to do an album, but I haven't yet decided when it's gonna come out.
Okay.
Because when I'm writing songs, I'm also creating a beat in the back of my head. So I like the producer that I'm working with now because he's somebody who, like, I don't know, he's gifted in a way that he's able to tap into what I have on the inside once I start to tell him. And he's kind of pushes me to get out of my comfort zone because what you started, me being a worship leader, I've always done slow songs.
Okay.
That was different for me.
So,
And that was me taking a risk and pushing through my doubts and fears.
okay,
Because that was not.
let's talk about the risk because you just brought that up. Why is taking a risk essential to your personal growth?
Because if you don't, you never know.
What about if you know, then you find out it's not what you wanted?
At least you tried.
Ooh.
I think it's worth the try.
Lillian, why are you tripping? Have you ever seen me dancing?
Because we get. Okay, here's the thing, right? I don't know if anybody experiences this. You want to try something and then you're holding back.
Hmm.
But what happens is that the more you hold back, the more you waste time.
Hmm.
And holding back also produces procrastination. I'm talking to myself. Like, yes.
Preach. Mhm.
Holding back produces procrastination. And the more we procrastinate, honestly, time is going. Time is not waiting for anybody. But again, you're like, and it's always a battle inside of like, yes, I should. No, I should not. So even if you decide to give it a try and it didn't turn out the way you expected it to turn out or didn't get the results that you thought you were going to get, honestly, there's always I don't know, maybe it's just me, but there's always this great feeling like I tried and I can now venture or reroute or go the other way. But at least I know for a fact that I'm not taking this trip because I'm not taking that way because that way didn't work. So taking risks will always reveal different ways on how to do something.
Wow.
And it will push you out of a narrow mindset of just doing things a certain way. Because most of us are conditioned to this like one way. Downtown has a lot of one-way streets. Like
Yes.
you can only go one way. There's no street coming this way. So holding back, procrastination, keep us in this state of a one-way street. It's just, this is how I want to do things, and I don't think I can go left. I don't think I can go right. I'm just going to do it this way. So just giving it a try. Just give it a try.
It doesn't matter what it is. You just gotta give it a try.
Well, if you have
can live with the end result.
If you have the full conviction that you want to do this thing, and you know for a fact that you feel you have, like, it's a conviction the word that I'm looking for. You are fully convicted that this is what you want to do, this is what you were born to do, and all those extra stuff. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Honestly, when we go apply for jobs, what we do, we write resumes, right?
Yeah.
And what do they list at some point? Your experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it's part of your life resume.
Oh.
Your experiences. You failed at some of them, but that doesn't mean that nothing good can come out of that. No. What's the name of that other guy who